right, buddy, I've been doing some math. Hit me. Okay, so the Leafs beat the Avalanche. They're winning the cup, obviously. Then they lose to Utah in Vegas. It's over. Never been more over. Then they beat the Winnipeg Jets in overtime. That's a 4-game road trip. They got 5 out of a possible 8 points. If they played that way the entire season, that's actually a pace of 102.5 points, which traditionally is good enough to get you in the playoffs. I think it was a good road trip. Did you have a gummy? Let's go! It starts with an A and ends with anxiety. Off the charts levels of passion! That's just a nightmare! With you wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Is there anything better than, you know what? Yeah, I know it's old hat. I know it's old hat, but you wear the heck out of it. Victory puppies at $50 for every Leafs win for the Humane Society of Durham Region. Leafs came back like dogs in this one. Leafs win 4-3 in overtime over the Winnipeg Jets, and someone in the chat for the stream that we did on the STPN YouTube channel during this game asked a very important question. Hey, when are you gonna stop it with the is there anything better than beating the Leafs thing? It's been years now. Maybe you should let it go? And this is no hatred towards that person. I think it is a perfectly legitimate question, and I would like to answer it as civilly as possible. No! We are absolutely never getting over it! Here's what you gotta understand. That is our lives as a fan base of this hockey team, of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Everyone loves beating you, and they all do it all of the time. For most of us, that's been our entire lives! So I know the old Canada division bubble and whatever, but whatever, that was one season. The Winnipeg Jets, who are not in the Leafs division and are not in the Leafs conference, they waltz into town, they beat the Leafs, and they yell and scream and celebrate and post the video online saying, is there anything better than beating the Leafs? And you're right, that was years ago, and the Jets have beaten the Leafs once since. A game I actually had tickets to, but then my kid barfed, so we didn't go, and we ended up going to a New Year's Eve game where they won against the Islanders. That was great. Thank you to my kid for barfing. Is there anything better than your kid barfing? The answer is yes, most things. There's a Don Cherry story, and I know it, and you probably know it because he told it on every single Rock'em Sock'em tape. Yes, tape. Ever. Don Cherry was the head coach of the Boston Bruins when Daryl Sittler scored the still standing single game record 10 points against the Bruins. He had 6 goals and 4 assists in one game. That thing was half a century ago. That record still stands. That's a bad night if you're the Bruins. And the Leafs got Sittler some sort of commemorative tea set. And I guess it was in the newspaper. And every game, Don Cherry would take that picture and he would hang it in the Bruins dressing room. The Bruins did not lose a game to Toronto or in Toronto or whatever it was for 3 years. Listen, don't listen to your therapist, listen to me, never get over it. The Leafs have so few teams in a 32-team NHL that they can point at and say nanny boo boo to. It's the Sens and Jets. That is the list longer than that? I don't think so. And if it is, it's not by much. People got mad I called Colorado Colorado. You're very aggressively in first place. I am joking. So the Jets come to town, they beat you, they rub your nose in it, and you have used it, I'm sorry, the Leafs have definitely used it as bulletin board material for years and years. And let's not forget, the 2 principal guys from that video, Mark Scheifele and Logan Stanley, are both still there! So, given that we know that... Wait a sec, don't go anywhere. Here, can you hold this? And let's be honest, that was not the Leafs' best game. Let's be real honest, the Jets should have won. Let's be real honest, the Jets should have taken 4 out of 4 points against the Leafs this year, and they came out with 1. Leafs with a 4-1 comeback over Winnipeg to beat them 6-5, I believe it was, the last time. And in this one, they tie it, force overtime, and finish them off. Yeah, buddy. First period, there were no goals. But it was still... kind of feeling like this might not be a very good night for the Leafs. They were kind of aggressively outshot for a while. They ended up kind of getting it back near the end. They had some chances. And part of the reason they were falling behind the Jets in terms of shots wasn't just because they were hemorrhaging shots against the Jets. It was pretty average. It was more because the Leafs, I don't know if they were scared because it's Connor Hellebuck or what, but they were passing up very obvious shots for passes that ended up not leading to shots. And they were giving the puck away, and there were a few scary bounces in front of the Leafs net, but at the end of the day, you escaped the first period. It's 0-0. You take that outcome. Let's go to the next 40. Oh man, it got so bad so quick. 22 seconds into the period, Brandon Carlo takes a tripping penalty. And the Leafs, even without Brandon Carlo, find a way to kill it off. At the very end of that Winnipeg Jets power play, Logan Stanley barely holds the puck on the blue line. Now it looks like Nick Waugh sort of puts his hand up and Philip Myers is like, that's offside! Who cares, Phil? You putting your hand up changes nothing! Best case, an extraordinarily unlikely scenario is they will see you put your hand up and call an onside puck offside. Also possible, they don't call it offside, but it is offside, and then the puck goes in which case that doesn't matter because it's offside. You have the best video staff in the league. Or it's just straight up not offside, and they don't call it offside, and you're doing this when you're not looking at the guy in front of the net! The guy in front of the net is the guy who gets the goal. It's Alex Iafallo tipping in the Logan Stanley shot, and the Winnipeg Jets open the scoring 1-0. Now, if you're like, Steve, you're being a little hard on Philip Myers. Yeah. Anyway, that long pause was having nothing nice to say. And when the Leafs were down in this game, someone in the stream said, if the Leafs find a way to come back, I'm going to get a Philip Myers jersey. Hold that thought. A few minutes later, Nick Robertson takes a 2-minute high-sticking penalty, going for a puck, missing it, and high-sticking someone in the face. He shouldn't have done that. Also, we're about halfway through this game. The Jets haven't taken a penalty. Not a single one. That's interesting. It's interesting how this keeps happening. This happens all the time. Oh my goodness. Once again, the Leafs find a way to kill it off. Once again, the Jets score like right after. Dennis Hildeby, who is looking to have a bounce-back game after that debacle in Utah, goes down. Lucky for him, he's one of the tallest goalies in the league. Unlucky for him, the general existence of Kyle Connor. He chips it up over top of Dennis Hildeby, and we're less than halfway through the second, and guess what? You're down 2-0 to the Jets in Winnipeg. Like, yeah, okay, you had the miracle comeback at home last time you played the Jets. The Jets are on a 4-game heater, though. Jonathan Toews is heating up too. Like, this is a different Winnipeg Jets team. You cannot rely on that kind of comeback happening again. Max Domi has it behind the Winnipeg net. He passes out to Austin Matthews. He goes bar down like it's his job, and it is. And that was 23 seconds later, and you think to yourself, well, maybe they can. Leafs bring themselves to within 1. Then Jonathan Toews takes a penalty on his 3rd infraction of the game. Oh my goodness, he was on one this night. If his name wasn't Jonathan Toews, he would have been in the penalty box for 6 to 8 minutes. But the Leafs don't get much going. Alex Iafallo goes off for hooking Matthew Knies. Leafs have a power play. It's a little bit better than the first one, but they don't get much going. And even though they're still giving it away a lot and they're getting hemmed a little bit, you're down 1, heading into the 3rd. It's 20 minutes left. You can do this. 2.5 minutes into the 3rd, maybe you can't. In front of Dennis Hildeby, it is a cacophony of calamity in front of the Leafs net. Jets have the puck at the point. Does Morgan Riley win his net front battle? He does not. Luke Schenn, of all people, puts it on. Vlad Nemestikov gets a piece of it, and Niederreiter finishes it off on the rebound. Then after he scores, he proceeds to look up at all the teams above the Jets in the standing. I'm just joking. Niederreiter, who's been in the league for a very long time, been a very underrated player for a long time, he's going through it, man. Just 18 points in 46 games, only 7 of them goals, 6 before this one. Not to mention, his last goal was scroll, oh my goodness. He had 2 goals in a November 29th game against Nashville. He had 3 goals in October, 3 goals in November, and those were his last goals before this one. Maroon. All right, so here's the thing. You're down 3-1. You stink. It's the end of a long road trip. You need to win those, though. Please do. Anyone needs to show up in a big moment here. You did it once, you can do it again. The Jets are not where they are in the standings for no reason. You can come back. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes right now. Nick Robertson has the puck. He's going to drive wide on Logan Stanley. Oh, Robbie, why just stop? He stops up. And now he's passed. Why are you passing it? Oh! Nick Robertson hits Oliver Ekman-Larsson with a beautiful pass, and OEL rips a dart. This is only about 3 minutes later, too. And I gotta be honest, I was about to talk about Nick Waugh's incredible screen on this play. What screen? I think Hellebuck sees this puck the whole way. He just gets beat here. And all right, there's lots of time left on the clock. The Leafs are within 1. We love that. Needed someone to step up. Robbie, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, let's go. There's like 14 minutes left. That's so much time. And you're starting to string together some chances. And there's like 10 minutes left. That's so much time. 7 minutes left. You're doing okay. There's time. 5 minutes left. I am sweating! Offensive zone faceoff. Matthews wins it back just a little bit, and he doesn't get an assist here, but Max Domi helps win it back. Big play and important. And Riley gets it, sends it to OEL at the point. OEL playing his offside. He's playing absolutely everywhere this year. Vintage, he's ridiculous. And just to illustrate, let's get a look at the wide angle. I don't think Hellebuck was screened on the OEL goal. I think he was screened on this one. Matthews and McMahon make a beeline right in front of the net. Matthews takes a man with him. McMahon takes a man with him. There's a lot of human in front of Hellebuck. McMahon redirects this thing perfectly. And it ends up being Bobby McMahon's 15th of the season. The Leafs tie it. By the way, what I'm referencing is every time Bobby McMahon scores a goal, the Leafs admin on Twitter posts a clip of Craig Berube just going, Bobby McMahon! And then ducking from a puck and saying, let's go. And it's my favorite bit. It's not as cool when you have to describe it, but I still love it all the same. And with that, the Leafs go to, oh no! Matthew Nyes takes a penalty. Did he high stick Gabe Vilardi? Yes. Did Gabe Vilardi get hit in the face? There's a lot of visor. Did Gabe Vilardi react to the high stick to his visor like Homelander grabbed him by the face and crushed his head? Yeah. And the Leafs didn't like it, and I hated it. And then Scott Laughton, right before the penalty kill, has some sort of run-in with Jonathan Toews, and he's losing it. Like, he's losing it on the guy. And there has to be a timeout called so everyone can screw their head on so that no one takes an extra penalty, and also you get to cool down a little bit before trying to kill this thing. The Leafs do an excellent job of killing this thing, and holy smokes, thank goodness they survive. It's hitting posts, it's hitting crossbars, it's hitting posts and crossbars at the same time. Let's call a spade a spade. If you watch this game from beginning to end, the Jets should have had 7 or 8 goals. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. They also should have held on to the lead. Didn't. The Leafs kill it off. Regulation ends. We go to overtime. This one didn't stink. The last one stunk. This one didn't stink. Matthews, fortunately for him, he gets a little bit of redemption. And the Leafs, who were giving out giveaways all night, capitalize on a giveaway from Josh Morrissey. Now, it's a creative play, and I could see where his head's at. He spins and fires a pass right into the feet of Mark Scheifele. But look at the lane that Scheifele has. If he receives this pass, it's a breakaway. He's gone. He's got one of the most lethal shots in the league. Rookie goaltender in net. This game might be over. But is that what happens? No. Overtime is all about line changing and reacting. Right here, you can see Oliver Ekman-Larsson has the puck. Domi's like, meep, meep. Matthews, meep, meep. Even though Josh Morrissey is bearing down on him and putting a little pressure, Matthews has a clear lane to the net. But you see the fan in the corner there. He's pointing at Mark Scheifele, who's asking, is there anything better than giving the game away? No, it's the fan pointing at the fact that the Leafs actually have a 2-on-1 here. You just don't realize it yet. Here's an idea of how little anyone thought this puck was going to Domi. Look at how committed Morrissey and Hellebuck are to Matthews. And why not? It's Austin Matthews, and he scored a ripper earlier this game. But I knew it was going to Domi. You know why? I called it heading into overtime. OT pick, I'm going to say Domi. Good pool cue there from OEL. Scheifele has to lose the zone. OEL stays with him. Scheifele, pass off target, and this might be a break. Matthews, he has Domi with him. Matthews to Domi, scores! Max Domi! For the team his dad played for, in the city his dad played in. The Leafs complete the comeback. 3-1 overtime, and Berube not satisfied with the win. He's giving it to the refs. Why the hell not, buddy? Seeing into the future, Matthews sends this puck to Domi. Kyle Connor back checks with his stick in the air. Completely useless. Unless he's trying to account for a sauce pass that would be too high for Domi anyway. Domi gets it with a wide open net, and you want to tell me Hellebuck thought Domi was getting this puck? That is not how the best goalie in the world tries to save anything. That is the reigning goalie of the year. That's the reigning MVP. Like, that's what AI slop would make it like a janky animation for a goalie. And Max Domi, who's seen less wide open soccer nets, makes no mistake. Maximum Domi wins it in overtime. Jesse Blake, tell him.
Connor Hellebuck, Fraud Watch, back on. Let's go.
Is there anything better than exposing frauds? Questions. Miranda asks a very important question. Hey boys, is there anything better than beating the Jets? And the answer is yes, of course there is, but not tonight there isn't. That's a late post, Steve. Did you already shoot it? Yes, Dylan, I did, except for this part. I just forgot to tweet it out. I'm sorry. Why did you post this so late? We've been over this. I forgot, and I'm sorry. That was 3 questions. You used the 2 of them up on this? Yeah, that's my bad. I'll try to do better Monday. My friends, that is it. For this one, thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Yeah. Nothing better.